Imagine pouring years of your life, and let's be honest, a significant chunk of change, into what you believe is your absolute dream graduate program,
Yeah.
only to realize, maybe a few months in, that it's completely the wrong fit for you.
Oh, that's a tough situation.
Right. Or picture this. You could unlock thousands, maybe even tens of thousands, in funding that you didn't even know was out there just because you missed one crucial step or didn't ask the right question.
Happens all the time.
It really does. The path to graduate school, well, it can be exhilarating, totally transformative, but it's also surprisingly fraught with these common pitfalls that can derail even the most brilliant, most driven applicants. So today, we're going to give you the insider's guide. We want to help you sidestep those potential landmines and really chart a course for genuine, informed success. This deep dive is all about decoding the, let's face it, complexities of applying to graduate school. We've meticulously gathered insights from a really robust stack of sources. We're talking admissions experts, financial aid specialists, university guides, even some candid, hard-won lessons from a successful applicant who shared their whole journey on Reddit.
That's great insight, the real-world stuff.
Exactly. So our mission isn't just to inform you, it's really to transform that often, frankly, daunting application process into a clear, actionable, and hopefully confidence-inspiring strategy specifically for you. And before we jump into the absolute essentials, if you're finding these deep dives valuable for, staying informed and staying ahead of the curve, please just take a quick moment, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, please do.
Share this deep dive with a friend who might also be thinking about grad school, maybe wrestling with these same questions. And leave us a review. Your support is truly what allows us to keep bringing these vital insights directly to you. Okay, so let's unpack the very first and maybe the most critical question on this whole journey. Why are you really considering graduate school?
A big why.
The big why. Is it like a burning desire to get a super specialized degree? Is it a direct pathway to a specific, maybe high-end career? Is it a deep hunger to pursue a particular research interest you've developed? Or maybe it's a strategic move, right? To transition into an entirely new professional field.
Right.
This foundational why isn't just a casual thought. It really should be the unwavering compass guiding every single decision you make from here on out.
That's such an important place to start, because what we often see, and what sources like CU Denver wisely highlight, is that a lot of people initially think about grad school for reasons like, well, postponing the job search.
Yeah, kicking the can down the road.
Yeah, exactly. Or just delaying entry into the quote-unquote real world.
Yeah.
But these motivations while they're understandable, they rarely lead to sustained satisfaction or, frankly, success in a rigorous program.
Right.
The core truth, and this echoes across pretty much all our materials, is that you should pursue graduate education if you genuinely love research. If a specific career path actually mandates an advanced degree, or if you really envision a future in academia.
So it's not just a nice to have.
No, not usually. This distinction raises a crucial question for anyone listening. Does your desired future career actually require a graduate degree? Be honest with yourself. And if it does, what kind of advanced education will genuinely serve your long-term professional and personal goals? It's really about a deliberate alignment with your aspirations, not just, a convenient detour.
Exactly, because we're talking about a significant investment here. Not just your money, which is substantial, but years of your life, your intellectual energy, your personal bandwidth. It's huge.
It really is.
So that why truly needs to be rock solid, something you can articulate with real conviction. As one Reddit user, AACSB, put it with some refreshing candor, you need a real non-bullshit reason.
Huh. I like that. Direct.
Right. It needs to be something you're genuinely passionate about, a driving force that not only motivates you through the tough times, but also convinces an admissions committee that their program's unique resources are not just helpful, but absolutely essential for you to achieve your specific, well-defined goal.
You're making a case.
You're essentially making a compelling case for why their investment in you will yield a significant return, not just for you, but maybe for their academic community, maybe even the wider field. And to really help solidify that why as you're listening, I encourage you to try a quick clarifying activity. This is adapted from CU Denver.
Yeah.
Maybe grab a pen and paper or just do it mentally right now. Ask yourself, the career field I want to work in is.
Okay.
Then the specific jobs within this field that I am truly interested in are.
Getting specific.
Exactly. And finally, the degrees that could definitively help me get these jobs are. Just jotting these down or even just thinking them through clearly can bring incredible clarity and focus to your entire search process. It's foundational.
Yeah, building right on that foundation, once you've really crystallized your personal why, the next critical step is to get your head around the vast landscape of graduate degrees available. It's not one size fits all.
Not at all.
Each type of degree is really designed for distinct career trajectories and different kinds of academic pursuits. Without that clarity, you might find yourself on a path that, yeah, it might be prestigious, but it doesn't actually lead where you want to go.
Right. The wrong roadmap. So on one hand, we have master's degrees. These are typically shorter programs, usually ranging from 1 to maybe 3 years, and they're generally skills-based.
More practical application often.
Exactly. They often blend focused coursework with some applied research or maybe a capstone project. Think of degrees like a Master of Arts, MA, a Master of Science, MS, or a Master of Business Administration, MBA.
Common one.
Very common. And many programs might require a thesis or perhaps a comprehensive exam or even a big project-based capstone, something that serves as a, culminating demonstration of the knowledge and skills you've acquired.
Right, proof of learning.
For instance, an MS in information systems like the Master of Science in Information Systems we have at the Dr. Sam Pack College of Business at Tarleton State University. That's a prime example of an MS program often tailored specifically for working professionals who are looking to really deepen their expertise in critical tech and business areas with a strong emphasis on practical application.
Then we move into doctorate degrees. And these represent a much more profound and extensive academic commitment.
Yeah, big time commitment.
Huge. These typically demand 4 to 7, sometimes even more, years to complete. We're talking about degrees like a Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, a Doctor of Education, ED, or maybe a Doctor of Business Administration, DBA.
The research heavyweights.
Precisely. These are intensely focused on obtaining deep, original academic knowledge. They require substantial, often groundbreaking research that culminates in a comprehensive dissertation. A key differentiator here, and it's important, is that these research-heavy programs often come with significant financial support.
Like tuition waivers.
Exactly. Tuition waivers or stipends, which kind of acknowledges the intensive, full-time commitment to research that's generally expected from students in these programs.
And finally, there's a third category, professional doctorates.
Right. Practice-oriented.
Exactly. These include degrees like a Doctor of Professional Studies, DProf, maybe a Doctor of Optometry, OD, or a Doctor of Medicine, MD. These also typically span, 4 to 6 or more years.
Still a long haul.
Still long, but they're specifically designed to prepare students for direct practice in a particular, often regulated profession. They involve a really rigorous blend of advanced coursework, extensive hands-on clinical or field experience, and they often conclude with national certification or licensure exams.
High-stakes exams often.
Very. And unlike many research doctorates, these programs usually require the student to cover their own tuition and fees, reflecting that direct, practical path into a professional career.
Understanding these distinctions is, it's paramount. It allows you to precisely match your why, your specific career goals, your academic aspirations, to the appropriate academic path. Choosing the wrong type of degree can be incredibly costly, not just financially, but it can set you back years in your professional development.
Yeah, time is money, too.
Absolutely. This foundational knowledge is truly the bedrock of making an informed decision. It prevents costly mistakes down the line.
Okay, now here's where we start digging into some critical tactical errors people make. ETS.org issues a really strong warning against choosing the wrong program. And this mistake, surprisingly, happens far more often than you'd probably think.
It does. People get wooed by the wrong things.
Exactly. Don't be swayed solely by a program's glossy marketing materials or just its impressive-sounding reputation. It's kind of like buying a house, isn't it? You need to look far beyond the curb appeal and really delve into what truly matters for your specific needs, your life, and your long-term goals.
That brings us to a really crucial question. What factors truly matter when you're choosing a program, especially beyond just the allure of a popular major? ETS.org and CU Denver, they both illuminate several critical, often overlooked aspects.
Like what?
Well, consider the geographic location, for example. If you absolutely despise cold weather, right, then a top-tier program in Minnesota or Wisconsin, no matter how academically strong it is, might significantly detract from your overall well-being and your ability to study effectively.
Yeah, being miserable doesn't help focus.
Not at all. Then there's the cost. This is huge. If you're eyeing, say, a Master of Social Work, MSW degree, which historically has a lower average starting salary, then committing to a program with a six-figure tuition bill might not be the most financially prudent choice in the long run. You have to think about ROI.
Return on investment, yeah.
And critically, think about the learning environment itself. If you plan to work full-time while pursuing your degree, which many people do, a traditional in-person campus option might be entirely unrealistic compared to a flexible, maybe asynchronous online program.
Like the Tarleton MSIS program you mentioned.
Exactly. The 100% online Master of Science in Information Systems program at Tarleton State University is a prime example of how an online option can be meticulously designed for working professionals, offering that essential flexibility without compromising academic rigor. It's about finding what fits your life circumstances.
And let's absolutely not forget the ultimate bottom line. Job prospects. Before you commit years and money to any program, it is absolutely non-negotiable to research the employment rate of its graduates.
Got to do the homework.
You have to. As statistics showing, for example, that 50% of graduates are still actively looking for jobs 6 months after graduation. That is a glaring red flag.
Huge red flag.
It points to a significant disconnect, right, between what the program teaches and what the market demands, or maybe issues with their career support services. And don't just look at the overall percentage. You need to drill down. Where are graduates actually working? What specific roles are they landing? And how long does it typically take them to secure those positions? A high employment rate in fields totally unrelated to your core goals isn't really a success metric for you.
Furthermore, CU Denver underscores the importance of asking several deeply personal, almost pragmatic questions that go beyond just the numbers. Like, are there faculty members currently doing research in your very specific area of interest?
Okay, getting granular.
Very. Does the program's overall vision and sort of pedagogical approach align with your personal values and your long-term career aspirations?
Yeah.
And crucially, what is the program's culture like? Is it highly collaborative? Is it intensely competitive? Is it deeply supportive?
Those things really matter day to day.
They profoundly impact your experience, your learning, and ultimately your success and satisfaction within the program. These aren't trivial considerations at all.
Now, here's a common trap people fall into: relying solely on program rankings. ETS.org firmly advises against it. They make it really clear that a program not sitting in the coveted top 10 can still be absolutely fantastic and, far more importantly, the perfect fit for you.
Right. Fit over ranking, often.
Think of it like, I don't know, seeking culinary advice. A Michelin star is undeniably prestigious, right? But sometimes the best meal, the one that perfectly hits your specific craving, is found at that beloved local spot that truly understands what you're looking for, even if it's not on every single critic's list.
Yeah, and to connect this to the bigger picture, accreditation actually holds far greater significance than just a ranking number. CU Denver defines accreditation as this rigorous, voluntary evaluation by an external independent governing body.
Okay, like a quality check.
Exactly. This process ensures that a program meets a determined standard of quality, credibility, and academic rigor. And for many professions, especially those that are highly regulated, think medicine, counseling, teaching, even specific engineering fields, graduating from an accredited program is absolutely essential for licensure or certification later on.
So it can be a deal breaker for your career.
Absolutely. For example, the Master of Science in Information Systems at Tarleton State University boasts AACSB accreditation. That's widely recognized as the gold standard for business schools globally.
AACSB.
Right. And it also has CSB institutional accreditation. AACSB accreditation in particular isn't just some fancy label. It ensures a business program meets really rigorous standards for things like faculty qualifications, curriculum relevance to industry needs, ethical considerations, and student outcomes. It's a stamp of quality that employers worldwide recognize and that directly impacts your career currency and professional mobility. These are the truly meaningful markers of quality you should be prioritizing in your search, not just a number on a list.
Okay, so this is where your inner detective really needs to shine. Once you've narrowed down your list to, say, a handful of promising programs, it's time to dig much, much deeper than just the website.
Go beyond the brochure.
Way beyond. Make it a point to talk to current students or recent alumni. Get that unvarnished, real-world perspective on the program's strengths, maybe its weaknesses too.
Yeah, the inside scoop.
Exactly. If it's geographically feasible, schedule a campus visit, or at least take a virtual tour to get a genuine feel for the environment, the culture, and absolutely make an effort to interact with faculty members whose research aligns with yours.
Crucial step.
The Princeton Review and that Reddit user, AACSB, they both emphasize the immense value of meeting former professors, not just for potential recommendations, which are important, but for invaluable program insights and maybe even tapping into their professional networks. These personal interactions often reveal nuances that no brochure or ranking could ever possibly capture.
What's truly fascinating here, and it keeps coming up, is this pervasive concept of fit.
Fit, right?
As the Reddit post highlighted so keenly, graduate admissions are almost entirely fit-based. It's often less about being the single best candidate in some general abstract sense, and much more about whether your specific aspirations and your precise research interests align directly with what the faculty in that department are currently doing and what they plan to pursue over the next few years.
So it's about synergy.
Exactly. And understanding this is actually empowering. It means you should absolutely shoot high. If you genuinely believe in a program's alignment with your goals, even if its overall reputation or perceived prestige seems, intimidating. Admissions committees are actively looking for a junior colleague, someone whose work will not only resonate with theirs, but potentially enrich their ongoing research and contribute to the department's intellectual vitality.
Precisely. And if you're exploring a specific program, like, say, the Tarleton State University MSIS program, reaching out directly to current students or engaging with key faculty members, maybe someone like Dr. Dennis Stones, the program coordinator, that can provide invaluable perspectives.
Direct contact is key.
They can offer firsthand insights into the mentorship culture, the practical, applied focus of the curriculum, the kind of support you can actually expect. These direct conversations are often absolute game changers in truly understanding whether a program is the right intellectual and professional home for you. All right, let's shift gears and talk strategy, specifically about avoiding unnecessary stress. Ready for a universal truth that's echoed across all our sources.
Lay it on me.
Waiting until the last minute to submit your application is basically a surefire way to dramatically decrease your chances of acceptance and exponentially increase your stress level.
Oh yeah, don't do it.
The Princeton Review's sample timeline, which is kind of a gold standard for strategic planning, actually starts a full year out in May for a fall enrollment the following year.
Wow, a full year.
A full year. This isn't just a gentle suggestion. It's really a strategic imperative that often separates the successful applicants from those who end up scrambling and potentially making mistakes.
And that brings up a really critical point about rolling admissions, which the Princeton Review mentions. Many graduate programs, maybe most, don't wait until a single final deadline to review applications.
They look as they come in.
Often, yes. They evaluate submissions as they arrive, sometimes filling slots on an ongoing basis. And as that Reddit user, AACSB, candidly admitted, applying right on the absolute deadline for every program they pursued, that contributed significantly to their initial rejections.
Even though people say it doesn't matter.
Right, despite the common, sometimes misleading belief that everyone has a fair shot regardless of submission time. Submitting early isn't just about avoiding the stress of a last-minute scramble. It also mitigates the risk of, technical glitches, a corrupt file upload, a slow server, a missed confirmation email, things that could completely derail your carefully crafted application.
Murphy's Law, right?
Exactly. Early submission just positions you more favorably, reduces risk.
So proactive planning isn't just like good practice, it's absolutely paramount. You need to create a detailed, program-specific timeline for yourself. Know your deadlines, plural, for each and every program you apply to.
Keep track meticulously.
Meticulously track every single requirement using some kind of system, maybe a spreadsheet like the one CU Denver suggests. This means keeping tabs on admission criteria, who you've asked for recommendations and when they're due, test score submission dates, getting those official transcripts requested on time, and even those often forgotten application fees.
Lots of moving parts.
Think of yourself as the project manager for your own future. Seriously, oversee every detail with precision.
The Leadership Alliance breaks the whole journey down even further into 4 distinct logical phases. First, evaluating your options and meticulously planning your applications.
Research phase.
Right. Second, diligently assembling all your required materials, transcripts, essays, recommendations, everything.
Gathering phase.
Third, the crucial act of submitting everything, carefully, correctly. And finally, the post-submission stages. Interviewing, if required, and then making your final choice between programs if you get multiple offers.
The decision phase?
Exactly. And their guidance is unequivocal. Starting that first phase, the research and planning a year or more before applications are due is absolutely critical for optimizing your chances of success. This extended timeline provides the necessary breathing room to not just meet deadlines, but to craft a truly compelling, polished, and thoughtful application package.
Okay, now let's bust a common myth. According to CU Denver, the idea that an entrance exam like the GRE or GMAT is a requirement for all graduate schools. Simply not true.
Definitely not universally required anymore.
And it's a fact that many programs, especially recently, have moved away from requiring them. Yet, here's the interesting twist. ETS.org still suggests taking one anyway, even if it's listed as optional for your chosen program.
That seems counterintuitive.
Why? Well, it might seem that way, especially if you're already feeling swamped, right? But there seems to be a deeply strategic reason behind this advice.
You've hit on a fascinating point. What's truly insightful here is the subtle signal it sends to the admissions committees. Submitting a strong GRE score or another appropriate graduate-level exam when it's optional. It clearly demonstrates discipline, a robust command of certain academic skills, and, frankly, a genuine willingness to go above and beyond the minimum requirements.
Shows extra effort.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a proactive way to showcase your commitment to excellence. And it provides admissions committees with a more comprehensive, maybe more objective picture of your capabilities, particularly in areas like analytical writing, verbal reasoning, quantitative aptitude, things that are hard to judge just from transcripts sometimes.
So it adds another data point.
Precisely. In a highly competitive application landscape, any advantage you can gain, any additional piece of evidence that highlights your strengths, well, it can be significant.
And for a concrete example, if you're looking at, say, the Tarleton State University MSIS program, their current program requirements page explicitly states no GRE required for specified recent terms, which is great news for many applicants.
Like to know.
But even with such a clear policy, remember that requirements can sometimes change. So always, and I mean always, verify the exact and most up-to-date requirements for your specific application term directly on the program's official website. It's about being meticulously informed right up to the moment you apply.
And for those who do decide to take an exam, whether it's required or optional, as many experts and AACSB advise, you need to start studying NW. Ideally, beginning early in the summer leading up to your application cycle.
Not a last-minute thing.
Definitely not. He strongly recommends utilizing dedicated resources, mentioning gregmatt.com specifically, to achieve a truly competitive score. These aren't tests you can effectively cram for in just a few weeks. They require sustained strategic effort over several months to really make a difference in your application profile.
So plan for that study time.
Consider it an investment in opening more doors, potentially.
Okay, let's talk about the package itself. From official transcripts and any standardized test scores to your deeply personal statement of purpose, those crucial letters of recommendation, and of course your polished resume or CV downplaying the importance of all required application elements is a really common and often extremely costly mistake that ETS.org highlights.
Every piece matters.
Every single piece. Think of your application like a complex puzzle. Every piece is vital, and you need all of them to be meticulously crafted and perfectly placed to present the complete, compelling picture of who you are and why you belong there.
Yeah, to connect this to the bigger picture, while your transcripts and test scores certainly provide a snapshot of your, let's say, raw academic skills and capabilities, it's often the more personal elements that carry profound weight.
Like the essay and letters.
Exactly. Your statement of purpose and letters of recommendation, for instance, they're not just supplementary documents. They paint a vivid picture of your values, your work ethic, your personality. They offer the admissions committee a more holistic view of who you are as an individual and as a potential future colleague, beyond just the grades and scores.
The human element.
Precisely. These qualitative elements often tip the scales in the final decision-making process because they reveal your potential for things like intellectual curiosity, resilience, collaborative spirit qualities that are absolutely essential for success at the graduate level.
Tarleton Graduate Studies, like many institutions, typically lists the common application components. The application form itself, official transcripts from all prior institutions attended.
Don't forget any.
Right, every single one. Test scores, if they're required for your specific program and term. And a statement of purpose, usually with a suggested word limit, often around maybe 600 words for a master's.
Got to stick to the limits.
Absolutely. And it's critical to remember, as ETS.org stresses, that no two applications are alike. Therefore, ignoring directions, whether that means failing to submit something they explicitly ask for, or maybe submitting extraneous materials they don't want, that is a surefire way to get a rejection letter.
Follow instructions to the letter.
Attention to detail here isn't just a nicety, it's a non-negotiable professional necessity. It shows you can follow directions, which is pretty basic for grad school.
And this really underscores the importance of meticulous, almost obsessive attention to detail. Skipping proofreading, as ETS.org adamantly warns, can unequivocally ruin your chances.
Just one typo can hurt.
It really can. Don't simply rely on spell check. It will miss contextual errors, grammatical mistakes, awkward phrasing. Have multiple fresh pairs of eyes, people you trust, review every single word of your application materials.
Get a second opinion or third.
Definitely. Because beyond just typos, an unproofread application subtly communicates a lack of professional rigor, a trait no faculty member desires in a future researcher or team member. Additionally, avoid grandiloquent or overly flowery, prosy writing.
Keep it straightforward.
Yes, admissions committees aren't looking for ornate writing. They want clear, concise, and impactful communication. Aim for a relevant, personal, yet simple and direct style that effectively conveys your message without unnecessary embellishment. Clarity and precision are absolutely your allies here.
Now we arrive at arguably the most crucial and often the most anxiety-inducing part of your application. The Statement of Purpose, or SOP. This is really your chance to speak directly to the admissions committee, to tell your story in your own voice.
Your narrative.
Your narrative. The UW College of Education aptly calls it your intellectual autobiography, a document that should eloquently convey the rich tapestry of experiences and pivotal events throughout your educational and professional career that have ignited your interest in pursuing a graduate degree. And that Reddit user, AACSB, doesn't mince words again. If your essay sucks, you're very likely not getting in. This is where you really transform those resume bullet points into a compelling, coherent narrative.
It's truly fascinating how multiple sources from different perspectives really converge on the core elements that define a truly great statement of purpose. It needs to meticulously align your past experiences, your academic journey, any research you've done, work experience, even personal challenges you've overcome with the program's specific fit and your well-defined post-degree goals.
Connecting the dots.
Exactly. All of this has to be achieved while maintaining conciseness and a highly program-specific focus. You're not just listing achievements from your resume, you're weaving a narrative and telling your story. You're demonstrating your intellectual growth, showing how you've overcome struggles, presenting a realistic, evolving self, not just some Mr. N's perfect image.
Authenticity matters.
Hugely. This narrative approach is a recurring theme from sources like Tarleton, Rice Grad Studies, UW College of Education, and that candid advice on Reddit. It's really about showing, not just telling, who you are and who you aspire to become through their program.
And here's the absolute linchpin, the core message you need to convey. You must convince the university that you can't truly reach your goals without their help.
Why this program?
Exactly. This isn't just about flattery, though. It means specifically tailoring your essay to each and every program you apply to, explicitly connecting your unique background and aspirations to their particular curriculum, their faculty's specific research expertise, and their distinct resources or facilities.
No generic essays?
Absolutely not. This isn't merely sharing your values in a vacuum. It's about demonstrating a perfect, undeniable synergy between your intellectual trajectory and their specific academic offerings. You need to articulate precisely why they are the indispensable missing piece in your intellectual journey, and maybe even hint at how you, in turn, will contribute to their vibrant academic community.
That leads to a critical question people often ask. How specific should you really be when discussing the program and its faculty?
Yeah, how deep do you go?
The answer is intensely specific. Both the UW College of Education and the Reddit Insights strongly emphasize that you must mention faculty members by name, reference their specific research, show you've actually read it, and explain precisely how your interests align with or build upon their ongoing work.
Shows genuine interest.
It really does. As AACSB bluntly advises, if none of the faculty's interests line up with what you want to do not feel obligated to apply there still, because it's probably not a great fit anyways. This isn't just about demonstrating you've done your homework. It's about proving that you understand the intellectual ecosystem you wish to join and that you're serious about contributing to their specific academic community. It signals genuine fit.
And regarding the style and tone of your SOP, both the UW College of Education and ETS.org advocate for direct, straightforward writing. They advise against using unnecessary jargon or redundancy.
Clear and concise.
Be exceptionally clear. Explain any course titles or project names that might not be immediately self-evident to someone outside your institution. Be honest, but avoid, inflating achievements or sounding arrogant. Maintain a positive and forward-looking tone. And most importantly, edit, revise, and proofread meticulously. Again and again.
Can't stress that enough.
For master's applicants, the typical length is usually around 2 typed pages, double-spaced. Doctoral applicants often have more space, maybe 4 to 5 pages, to develop their research interests more comprehensively. But in every word, clarity is king and precision is absolutely paramount. Okay, moving on to letters of recommendation, or LORs. ETS.org captures their essence perfectly, I think. LORs are critical because this isn't just about you hyping yourself up. You need someone else to validate your hype.
Third-party validation. Crucial.
Exactly. And a common, yet easily avoidable, mistake is picking the wrong recommenders. A lukewarm, maybe generic letter from a very prominent name often carries far less weight than a truly glowing, highly specific, and enthusiastic endorsement from someone who genuinely knows your work ethic, your intellectual capabilities, and can speak to them with concrete examples.
Yeah, and to connect this to the broader context, the quality and the relevance of your recommenders are truly paramount. You need individuals who have closely observed your academic work, your study habits, your successes, and critically, how you respond to challenges and setbacks.
People who've seen you in action.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Think about former bosses who supervised relevant projects, academic mentors you worked closely with, professors whose classes you excelled in or did research with, maybe even clients you served in a professional capacity, or deans you worked with on committees. And see you Dender explicitly states, maybe obviously, avoid asking friends and family members.
Right, needs to be professional.
While their love and support are invaluable, their perspective just won't carry the professional weight or the specific academic insights that an admissions committee is actively seeking. They need objective, credible, professional validation of your potential.
So how do you actually go about securing a strong letter? What's the etiquette?
Good question. Protocol matters.
Start by asking well in advance of the deadline. Give them several weeks or even months if possible. People are busy.
Respect their time.
Absolutely. When you make your request, clearly explain why you chose them specifically, and maybe gently suggest what specific skills, qualities, or experiences you'd appreciate them, highlighting ones that are particularly relevant to graduate study in that field.
Help them help you.
Exactly. Provide them with a comprehensive package. Include a brief description of the programs you're applying to, maybe a direct link to the program's website, your most updated resume or CV, your statement of purpose draft if you have it, and any specific forms or questions the program might have for recommenders. Make it easy for them.
Everything they need in one place.
Right. And always, always follow up with a genuine, heartfelt thank you note afterward. Maybe even a small gift card isn't out of line sometimes. And if you get accepted, definitely follow up to share your good news. They'll appreciate knowing their efforts contributed to your success. It closes the loop.
And a letter from an employer or supervisor, particularly one who can speak directly and positively about your relevant work performance, that can go a long way, as the Reddit post suggested.
Especially for professional programs.
Yes, or even academic ones, if the work experience is highly relevant. This really underscores the immense value of practical professional experience. They can credibly attest to your problem-solving skills, your ability to work collaboratively in a team, your capacity to meet deadlines, manage complex tasks, all within a professional setting. It provides a powerful complement to purely academic recommendations.
Okay, let's talk about your resume or CV. It's far more than just a chronological list of jobs in education, right? For grad school, it's a meticulously crafted strategic document.
It's a marketing document in a way.
Exactly. Tarleton Career Services, echoing advice from resources like the Purdue OWL, suggests that you should strongly emphasize projects you've led or significantly contributed to. Highlight the analytical skills you've developed and used. List any relevant information systems, tools, or software you're proficient in, especially for programs like an MSIS. And crucially, quantify the tangible business impact of your work whenever possible.
Numbers talk.
They really do. And the format itself should be clean, professional, highly scannable. Admissions committees are reading hundreds, maybe thousands of these. Make it easy for them to quickly grasp your key strengths, experiences, and potential contributions.
What's particularly insightful here is the emphasis on identifying and showcasing your transferable skills. Cornell Graduate School provides some valuable resources to help students identify these. They highlight that employers and academic programs alike are deeply interested in what they call career readiness competencies, like things like critical thinking, problem solving, professionalism, ethical judgment, effective communication, both written and oral, and teamwork or collaboration. These aren't just soft skills. They are fundamental capabilities that demonstrably predict your potential for success in an advanced academic environment and, of course, in your subsequent professional career. Your resume needs to be carefully constructed to translate your diverse experiences, even ones that seem unrelated, into these highly valued competencies.
And for those seeking to truly perfect their application materials, here's a fantastic practical tip, especially if you're near a university like Tarleton. Tarleton Career Services, for example, offers invaluable support. They do mock interviews, comprehensive resume reviews, and they even utilize AI-assisted tools like Quincia to provide feedback.
Oh, interesting. AI feedback.
Yeah. Leveraging these kinds of resources can provide incredibly insightful feedback, helping you refine your presentation to not just meet, but ideally exceed expectations and truly stand out in a very competitive applicant pool. Take advantage of those services if they're available to you. All right, let's tackle the elephant in the room for many prospective students. Financing grad school, it can be a huge source of anxiety.
Understandably so. It's a big investment.
But Northeastern University makes a profoundly important statement here. The biggest mistake you can make is to assume you can't afford grad school and put your educational and career dreams on hold.
Don't self-select out too early.
Exactly. And a truly staggering number of students miss out on thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, in aid simply by not bothering to fill out the FS, the free application for federal student aid. It truly is the essential gateway to a vast array of assistance programs. You have to fill it out.
Yeah, and to connect this to the broader financial landscape, there is indeed significant financial support available for graduate students. People often underestimate this. Consider these compelling statistics. In the 2022-2023 academic year alone, graduate students collectively received an average of $28,300 in federal financial aid.
Wow, that's a significant average.
It is, and that encompasses grants, loans, work-study programs, and private institutions often offer substantial aid packages themselves. Northeastern University, just as one example, awarded over $437.5 million in scholarships and grants in just the 2023-24 academic year. That clearly demonstrates a strong institutional commitment to making advanced education financially accessible. This isn't a zero-sum game. There are genuine resources out there if you know where and how to look proactively.
CU Denver further confirms this by outlining a really wide and varied array of funding options. They list scholarships, grants, tuition waivers, general financial aid, often need-based, research assistantships, graduate assistantships, and even the strategic option of juggling part-time or full-time employment while you pursue your studies.
Lots of different avenues.
Each of these represents a viable and important pathway to funding your advanced education. The ultimate key, as you can probably tell by now, is to be exceptionally proactive and thoroughly explore every single avenue available to you. Don't leave any stone unturned. Now, when it comes to scholarships and grants, think of these as the free money, the best kind, funds you don't have to repay.
The holy grail of funding.
Totally. Start your scholarship search with reputable online engines, sure, but absolutely do not stop there. Northeastern strongly advises looking for scholarships specific to your field of study. Look for ones based on demographic or ethnic background. Check university connections like alumni discounts at your undergraduate alma mater. Look into unique life circumstances like military service or being a single parent. And even federal, state, and local aid programs often have specific grants.
Dig deep.
And always check directly with your prospective college department. Tarleton State University, for instance, has a dedicated graduate scholarships landing page in specific College of Business awards tailored for students in programs like the MSIS. These can truly be hidden gems of funding just waiting to be discovered by the diligent applicant.
What's truly compelling here is that grants, much like scholarships, also do not need to be repaid. They are typically awarded based on financial need, sometimes academic merit, or other specific criteria. And they originate from a really wide spectrum of sources. The federal government, state agencies, individual institutions themselves, and a myriad of private organizations and foundations.
So cast a wide net.
Absolutely. The key, as Northeastern wisely advises, is to apply broadly and diligently for these often overlooked hidden sources of funding. Never assume you won't qualify. Let the granting committees make that decision. So many opportunities go unclaimed simply because not enough qualified people apply for them.
And seriously, I know we mentioned it, but do not forget the FAFSA. It's an absolute requirement for accessing any federal aid grants, loans, work study. And while the federal deadline for the 2025-26 academic year might seem far away, like June 30, 2026, it is crucial to file early because state and university funds can be limited.
First come, first served often.
Exactly. Many state-specific and institutional grants are awarded on a first-come, first-served basis until the money runs out. Getting your FAFSA in promptly as soon as it opens can literally unlock funds that might otherwise be gone before your application is even reviewed. It directly impacts your bottom-line financial aid package. Don't delay on the FAFSAs. Okay, here's a potential financial game changer that also provides invaluable experience. Graduate assistantships, or GAs.
Yes, GAs. Very important.
West Virginia University's guide calls GAs a strategic option for making sure you get hands-on, practical experience in your field while simultaneously helping to finance your degree. And the vast majority of graduate assistants receive a significant benefit, often a tuition waiver that covers a large chunk, maybe all, of their educational costs, along with a modest stipend for their work.
It's truly a win-win situation. This raises an important and common question, though. How do GAs fundamentally differ from fellowships? It's a frequent point of confusion for applicants.
Yeah, they sound similar sometimes.
They do. Fellowships are typically a form of financial aid, essentially a gift of money, awarded based on academic merit, or perhaps for professional development, much like a prestigious scholarship. While fellowships are incredibly helpful for financing graduate school, they generally do not provide direct, real-world work experience as part of the deal.
Okay, so fellowship is money, GA is money plus work.
Broadly speaking, yes. Graduate assistantships, on the other hand, are institution-specific academic employment opportunities. They provide invaluable practical professional experience. They deepen your academic understanding by allowing you to apply classroom knowledge in a real-world context, and they strategically help you build your professional network through mentorship, all in addition to significantly offsetting your educational costs.
Yeah.
They represent a comprehensive development opportunity that fellowships typically don't offer in the same way.
And the benefits of a GA genuinely extend far beyond just that tuition relief. They profoundly deepen and enrich your education by allowing you to apply complex classroom knowledge in a practical, often research-oriented or teaching-oriented setting.
Learning by doing.
Exactly. They provide quality, practical work experience, giving you the unique opportunity to work alongside seasoned professors and maybe industry experts in your specific field. This isn't just theoretical learning, it's tangible skill development and real-world problem solving.
Builds the resume too.
Absolutely. GAs also help you organically grow your professional network through invaluable mentorship and connections that can quite literally last a lifetime. And yes, as we've discussed, they significantly help finance your degree, dramatically reducing your potential financial burden and student loan debt.
WVU meticulously outlines several distinct types of GAs designed to suit a range of academic interests and professional goals. You have graduate teaching assistants, GTAs, who play a vital role in the academic mission. They might teach courses, lead laboratory sections, grade assignments, or provide other forms of direct instructional assistance.
Okay, the teaching track.
Then there are graduate research assistants, PRAs. These folks dedicate their time to assisting faculty members with their ongoing research activities, often contributing directly to data collection, analysis, writing for publications, really getting involved in groundbreaking studies.
The research track.
Right. And finally, graduate service assistants, GSAs, typically work in various administrative or service offices within the university, but in positions directly related to their program of study. So they gain professional experience within an academic or service context.
More administrative or operational.
Exactly. And most regular GAs typically work an average of 20 hours per week during the academic year, while some institutions might offer partial GAs, maybe around 10 hours per week, with proportionally reduced benefits.
Now, GA positions, because they're so valuable, are highly coveted and consequently quite competitive. So applying strategically is absolutely key to maximizing your chances.
Can't just casually apply.
No way. WVU offers 10 essential tips for success. These include things like diligently checking your institution's website, often a specific GA job board, for available positions, dedicating yourself to your studies now to maintain a high GPA because that often matters, proactively building strong, positive relationships with professors in your target department. They're often the ones hiring GRAs or influencing GTA selections.
Networking helps.
Immensely. Chatting with other current GAs for their invaluable insights and advice. Meticulously customizing your application materials. Resume, cover letter for each specific GA position you apply for. Proofreading every single document with an eagle eye, providing strong, relevant professional references, again, definitely not friends or family.
Professionalism counts.
Preparing thoroughly for the interview process, just like a real job interview. Having a clear understanding of the expectations and responsibilities of the role before you even apply or interview. And respectfully, professionally following up after your interview. It's a comprehensive, multifaceted approach needed to secure one of these truly transformative opportunities. Okay, here's a truly hidden gem that far too many students, especially working professionals, completely overlook: employer tuition assistance.
Ah, yes. Hugely underutilized.
Hugely. Approximately 48% of employers in the U.S. actually offer some form of tuition reimbursement or assistance as an employee benefit. Yet, get this, a paltry 2% of eligible employees actually take advantage of it.
Wow, only 2%. That's crazy.
It's unbelievable. Northeastern University highlights that the average assistance provided by employers is a substantial $10,500 annually for graduate education. This is essentially free money being left on the table, a benefit specifically designed to help you grow professionally, often paid for by your current employer.
What's particularly compelling here, and maybe not widely known, is the significant tax benefit this offers both to the employee and the employer. Under Internal Revenue Code Section 127, employers can provide up to $5,250 per year completely tax-free for qualified educational assistance to their employees.
Tax-free for the employee?
Tax-free for the employee. It doesn't count as income. And interestingly, through 2025, even employer payments made directly towards an employee's student loans can be tax-free within that same $5,250 cap.
Wow, that's huge too.
It is. So the advice is incredibly clear and simple, echoed by Tarleton and others. Ask HR. This benefit represents a powerful incentive for employers to invest in their workforce, enhancing skills and loyalty, and for employees like you to pursue advanced degrees without shouldering the full financial burden. It's truly a win-win on multiple levels.
This is genuinely huge. This kind of benefit can dramatically reduce your out-of-pocket tuition costs. And importantly, it might even be available for part-time or contract workers, not just full-time employees. Depends on the company policy.
Worth checking the details.
Absolutely. It's a genuine win-win-win situation. It significantly boosts employee morale and retention, demonstrably increases employee skills directly relevant to the business needs, and can even save the business money on recruitment and training by investing in their existing talent. This is absolutely a conversation worth having with your human resources department today if you're currently employed and even are remotely considering grad school. Don't leave that money on the table. Okay, so if, after exploring all those other avenues, scholarships, grants, GAs, employer help, student loans become a necessary part of your funding strategy, remember this crucial piece of advice from Northeastern. Federal student loans should generally be favored over private student loans.
Always start with federal, if possible.
Right. They come with a robust suite of borrower protections and benefits that private loans typically lack. This includes generally lower fixed interest rates, which won't unexpectedly skyrocket, lower origination fees usually, and, critically, more flexible income-driven repayment options that can provide a vital safety net if your post-graduation income fluctuates or is lower than expected initially.
Graduate students are eligible for a few key federal loan programs. You can typically access direct unsubsidized loans. These don't require you to demonstrate financial need, and they allow you to borrow up to $20,500 per academic year, depending on the school's cost of attendance.
Okay, that's a decent chunk.
It is. Additionally, graduate students can apply for direct PLUS loans, often called Grad PLUS loans. These can potentially cover the total cost of attendance, including tuition, fees, room, board, books, living expenses, minus any other financial aid you've already received.
Covers the gap.
Exactly. Now, a credit check is required for PLUS loans, but the eligibility requirements are generally less strict and often more forgiving than those imposed by most private lenders.
And here's a smart, proactive move to consider if you do take out loans. You actually can make payments on your debt while you are still enrolled in school, even if payments aren't technically due yet.
Pay down interest early.
Exactly. Even small, consistent payments, maybe just covering the accruing interest on unsubsidized loans during your studies, can significantly alleviate the overall burden and substantially reduce the total amount of interest you'll pay over the life of the loan. It makes your financial situation much more manageable upon graduation. It's about proactive, smart debt management right from day one.
Which leads us to a crucial overarching question. How do you truly maximize your chances of securing that interest-free aid, like those coveted scholarships and grants we talked about?
Yeah, what's the secret sauce?
Well, Northeastern University offers some truly astute advice, framing it this way. Treat the pursuit of financial aid as your job.
Like a part-time job.
Essentially, yes. Dedicate consistent time and effort to it. This means going the extra mile, meticulously answering all optional questions on applications, because sometimes those reveal eligibility for specific funds. Proactively applying all year long, not just during the main application season, as new scholarship opportunities invariably arise constantly. And maintaining a meticulously organized system, maybe a dedicated planner or spreadsheet for tracking every single deadline, requirement, and application status. It's a sustained, strategic effort, not just a one-time task you can check off a list and forget about.
Now, the Leadership Alliance makes a truly profound point that signals a really significant mindset shift required when moving from undergraduate to graduate applications. They say, you are no longer applying to be merely a student, you are applying to be a junior colleague.
It's a powerful framing. Junior colleague.
Isn't it? The faculty members who are diligently reading your application materials, they are quite literally considering you as a future peer, someone who will actively contribute to their department's intellectual life, maybe collaborate on research, maybe even co-author papers down the line.
What's truly fascinating here is that fundamental shift in perspective that really needs to occur at the graduate level, especially for doctoral candidates, but even for master's students to some extent.
Yeah.
As a PhD student in particular, you transition from being primarily a consumer of existing knowledge to becoming a producer of new insights, new data, perhaps groundbreaking discoveries.
Creator, not just consumer.
Exactly. Your application, therefore, must clearly and compellingly demonstrate your potential to contribute original knowledge to your chosen field. It also needs to articulate precisely how the institution you're applying to, their faculty, their labs, their library resources, their specific intellectual environment, provides the necessary components for you to be successful in this advanced, collaborative, and highly creative role. You're essentially proposing an intellectual partnership, not just signing up for classes.
So if, and hopefully when, you're invited for an interview, treat it with the absolute utmost professionalism, exactly like you would a high-stakes job interview for your dream career.
First impressions matter.
Immensely. Dress the part appropriately for the field and institution. Be impeccably on time, whether it's in person or virtual. Conduct yourself with polished professionalism throughout the entire interaction. Crucially, research the specific faculty members you'll be meeting, know their recent publications, their current research interests, do it in depth.
So you did your homework on them too.
Absolutely. Be prepared to articulate precisely how your interests align with theirs, and maybe how you envision potentially contributing to their ongoing work or the department's goals. And never ever forget to bring thoughtful questions, as both CU Denver and Tarleton strongly suggest. This demonstrates your genuine engagement, your intellectual curiosity, and your proactive approach to your future studies. It shows you're serious.
Okay, so once you've diligently submitted everything, the essays, the recommendations are in, transcripts sent, the waiting game officially begins. And it can be stressful.
Yeah, the waiting is the hardest part.
It really can be. During this period, CU Denver advises proactively watching your email inbox like a hawk for messages from graduate studies or the specific department. Regularly check any online application portals for status updates or requests for additional information, and diligently keep your FAFSA and any other financial aid tasks current and complete. This proactive monitoring ensures you don't miss any critical requests or crucial deadlines that could potentially impact your admission or your final aid package. Stay engaged even while waiting.
Indeed. And many institutions provide specific points of contact for applicants during this phase. For instance, Tarleton State University lists helpful contacts like Nancy Turner and Caitlin Moyer, accessible via the email cobb.graduate@tarleton.edu if you have specific questions about your application to the College of Business or just need clarification while you await a decision. Don't hesitate to reach out professionally if you're feeling uncertain or genuinely need an update on your application status. Proactive communication, handled respectfully and appropriately, can often alleviate a lot of anxiety.
Now, if you are fortunate enough to receive multiple acceptances, which is a truly fantastic problem to
The
have.
best kind of problem.
Absolutely. CU Denver advises taking a deep breath and then carefully weighing the pros and cons of each program offer. Consider not just the academic fit, which is paramount, but also the overall departmental culture you sensed, the specifics of the financial aid package offered by each, the geographic location and cost of living, maybe even career placement support. You need to determine the absolute best overall fit for your long-term career goals and your personal comfort and well-being. This is really where your initial self-assessment, that deep understanding of your why, comes full circle. It provides the critical framework to guide your final informed decision.
And finally, a crucial word of encouragement. If you face rejections along the way, please, please do not be discouraged.
It happens to almost everyone at some point.
It really does. As the Leadership Alliance and AACSB both wisely point out, trying again the next application cycle often, surprisingly, results in success. The graduate admissions landscape is incredibly competitive, sometimes seemingly arbitrary. Resilience, a willingness to perhaps seek feedback and meticulously refine your application based on that feedback or further self-reflection, and sheer persistence are absolutely key. Many highly successful academics and professionals faced rejection early in their careers before ultimately finding their perfect fit and achieving their goals. Your journey is uniquely yours, and rejection is often just a detour, not a dead end. Wow. Okay, we've covered a truly immense amount of ground today, haven't we?
We really have a lot to digest.
From truly understanding if graduate school authentically aligns with your deepest career goals, your why, to strategically choosing the right program for you, looking beyond mere rankings, to meticulously navigating that complex application process with a rock-solid timeline and avoiding common pitfalls, and crucially, uncovering smart, often overlooked ways to fund your future, including scholarships, grants, those valuable graduate assistantships, and even untapped employer benefits.
A whole cool kid.
Exactly. Remember that recurring themes seem to be deep personal research, finding the undeniable fit, employing smart financial planning from the start, and submitting a clean, compelling, error-free application that tells your unique, powerful story.
We truly hope this deep dive has provided invaluable, actionable insights for your academic and professional journey ahead. If you found significant value in today's discussion, please take just a moment right now. It really helps subscribe to the deep dive if you haven't already. Share it generously with someone you know who needs these critical insights. And please leave us a review. Your feedback and support are absolutely vital. They genuinely power our mission to bring you the knowledge you need precisely when you need it, helping you make truly informed decisions about your future.
So as you take your next confident step forward on this path, ask yourself this maybe provocative question. What single strategic action will I commit to taking today, right now, to move closer to my graduate school dream, fully equipped with this new, empowering knowledge? Don't just listen, act.
Go forth, research deeply, apply wisely, and invest boldly in your intellectual future. Until next time, keep diving into knowledge, and always remember, the future of innovation and leadership really does start with informed, courageous decisions.